my love note, can you hear it? And I love you in the morning, in the noontime, in the evening. You're my one thing, you're my dearest. Here's my love note. In the landscape of my life, you don't rush through any season. You always take your time. A careful hand, a gentle guide. You take what's dead away, and you prune what's running wild. So be the gardener of my heart, tend the soil of my soul. Break up the fallow ground, cut back the overgrown. And I won't shy away, I will let the branches fall. So what you want can stay, and what you love can grow. Through the winter, I'm still alive. What you've planted in the dirt is ever reaching to the light. You prepare me for darkened times. You'll sustain what you have started, and you'll teach me to abide. Be the gardener of my heart, tend the soil of my soul. Break up the fallow ground, cut back the overgrown. And I won't shy away, I will let the branches fall. So what you want can stay, and what you love can grow. Have your way in me.
Please stand and welcome the bride.
I long to sit at your feet, stay here a while, lost in the moment with you. Breathe in your fragrance and taste of your goodness, to know that I'll not be denied.
Welcome, everyone. Out of affection for Taylor and Melanie, we have gathered to witness and cherish the vows which shall unite them together in marriage. Who gives this woman to be married to this man? Please be seated, everyone. Today, Taylor and Melanie, you bring the fullness of your hearts to share with each other. You bring your dreams and hopes for the future, which will bind you together. You bring your personality and spirit, which is uniquely your own, out of which will grow the life you will share together. Also, Taylor and Melanie, you're here out of respect for God and the marriage commitment that he began with Adam and Eve and affirmed through his son Jesus Christ's presence at a wedding in Cana of Galilee. Taylor and Melanie, your union in heart and body and mind is intended by God for your shared joy, that you might help and comfort one another in the good times and in the bad times. Marriage is a joyful privilege. It is also a serious responsibility. Paul the Apostle wrote these scriptures about the responsibilities in a marriage commitment. He said this: Husbands ought to give their wives the love they naturally have for their own bodies. The love a man gives to his wife is extending of his love for himself to love her. In practice, what I've said amounts to this: let every one of you who is a husband love his wife as he loves himself, and let the wife respect her husband. Another scripture I'd like to share: love is patient and kind. Love is not jealous or boastful or proud or rude. It does not demand its own way. It is not irritable. It keeps no record of being wrong. It does not rejoice about injustice, but rejoices whenever the truth wins out. Love never gives up, never loses faith, is hopeful, and endures through every circumstance. Love will last forever. Love prevails. Just a few words today. I know I've learned how, Taylor, you're quite the guy of you got these facts and things that you come out with, right? Spent a few hours with you guys talking, got to know that. It's cool. But here's the thing, you probably know this. The Greeks had a race in their Olympic Games that was unique. The winner was not the runner who finished first, it was the runner who finished with his torch still lit. Remember that? So I'm going to give you to both 3 descriptive phrases that will help you grow your marriage in the years ahead. 3 thoughts to consider. First of all, number 1, you must see love as an enduring race. If you summed up your marriage with only the with the preparations of this wedding day and the experiences and the memories that you created over the last few days, well, that would be a 100-meter sprint compared to marriage. A whole lot of training and prep for a short time. This would be like Usain Bolt, 9.58, right? 2009 record. But marriage is a marathon. It's a marathon of endurance. It's a cross-country run. It's with hills and valleys. I just want to assure you, though, Taylor, it is not the Grand Cache death race. There's all sorts of stuff along the way. Try to blow out your torch, so to speak. But love is patient. The second one here that I have is it's an engaging match. Not a boxing match with each other as Hollywood and the media would kind of try to say or portray as the battle of the sexes. It is exactly not that. It's actually engaging each other as a team, your team. The ancient Greek torch runner ran alone. He couldn't pass his torch off. And I know, in the Olympics today, they run it all over the world and they pass it off, but he couldn't. He was running himself. So you run together, engage with each other. Not codependent, not independent, but interdependent. Like tennis doubles. You ever play tennis doubles? Taylor? You'll know if you had. Pickleball. Doubles. Okay. Okay, sorry. Anyway, suppose you're on the court and you got the back court. Melanie has the front court. It ceases being about you the day you say, I do, because you are in an engaging match, okay? The third description is this one. It's an enamoring adventure. Now, enamoring, that's not a word you use every day. But it simply means to be drawn in, to be captivated. So as you journey together in your marriage, draw one another in more closely together. If you work at your marriage, I promise you will be deeper in love. each day with a deeper commitment. Taylor and Melanie, marriage can grow into something very special to you, but also to others around, your family, your friends, many others, your neighbors. It can be a real life story, your life story together for others, and of course, before your Lord and Savior, Jesus Christ. Love never fails. One last little kind of a poem I found. They say a wife and husband, bit by bit, can build between themselves a mighty wall, so thick they cannot speak and ease through it, nor can they see across it. It stands so tall. Its nearness frightens them, but each alone it is powerless to tear its bulk away, and each dejected wishes he had known for such a wall some magic thing to say. So build with master art, dear friends, a bridge of love to cast away your fear, a bridge of tenderness and very near, a bridge of understanding strong and fine, till you have formed so many loving ties. There will never be room for walls to rise. Oh, please join your hands. Taylor and Melanie, consider Melanie your closest friend and love her even to the sacrifices of your wants and desires. And Melanie, consider Taylor your closest friend. Through admiration and approval, respect him. Now I have the pleasure today to introduce to you Taylor's grandpa, Rudy Vows. He's going to come up on the stage here and help us get this marriage done.
Mic's on, right? Cool. Well, that's it, Taylor. Repeat after me, Taylor, okay? I, Taylor, take you, Melanie, to be my wife.
I, Taylor, take you, Melanie, to be my wife.
I promise to be your faithful husband from this day forward.
I promise to be your faithful husband from this day forward.
For better, for worse.
For better or for worse.
For richer or poorer.
For rich or for poor.
In sickness and in health.
In sickness and in health.
To love and cherish.
To love and cherish.
For as long as I shall live.
For as long as I shall live.
Melanie, repeat after me. Crazy. I, Melanie, take you, Taylor, to be my husband.
I, Melanie, take you, Taylor, to be my husband.
I promise to be your faithful wife from this day forward.
I promise to be your faithful wife from this day forward.
For better, for worse.
Better for worse.
Richer or poorer.
Richer or poor.
In sickness and in health.
Sickness and in health.
To love and cherish for as long as I shall live.
To love and cherish for as long as I shall live.
Do you have something to say to each other? Do you want to start? Yeah. Okay.
Okay. I need your mic. Be closer to me. Oh, okay.
Whatever. You guys script off of it.
Not talking about. So Taylor, I did pray to God a few years ago, and I told him that I was so grateful for all the adventures and gifts he had given me in life, but that I would guard my heart until I got his confirmation that someone would take care of my heart. With you, all of those prayers were answered, and at every step, if I was anxious or scared, I would go in full surrender and pray, and I was constantly turned back to, this guy's worth it. And God was not wrong. He's a good God, and I'm so grateful. And I never dreamt that me, who dreaded these things, would actually want to be someone's wife and want someone to be my husband. So you really deserve the best. The key thing was that I knew that in life, beauty, wealth, money, status, traveling, it's all fantastic. But it became an empty gong show when there's no loving character. And I asked God, I want someone who shows Christ-like love that I know exists. And then you came, and at every step of the way, you showed steadfastness in character, gentleness, kindness, compassion, the most forgiving person, never resenting people. And I just thought, I deeply respect that character. And all the other things were just extra assets. And above all, I know that I'm not perfect, was never perfect, and won't be perfect. But I still pray to God to give what you have given to me as your wife, but then the other thing that you always show, which is teachability and humility. So when I pray, I always ask God, how to you is, I want to be the best I can for you and with the Lord's grace in our lives every day. So thank you.
Now I'm all emotional.
That's why I went first.
Melanie Santhikumar, you have filled my heart and created a place of trust and faith. You have built us up and established me as the one that your heart has said yes to. You have seen me in my worst, yet you chose me. When I failed, you continued to choose me. You have said yes to me every day. I see the faith that you have in me. You, who has accomplished so much in your life. You have conquered mountains, many would fail. You have stood up when others would bow out. You fought for yourself when others would give in. You created a life worth living, and you created an ability to make a choice in your life. Melanie, I watched you grow in God and in relationships. You would devote your mornings to prayer and the pursuit of God, always seeking higher wisdom and understanding, always deferring your fears and hardships to God and trusting Him to see you through it all. Through thick and through thin, through success and failure, you have grown as a wise woman, Melanie. You chose me despite my goofy personality. You chose me despite my shortcomings. You chose me despite the hardships it would create with your family and your culture. You chose me when I struggled to see my worth. You fought for this relationship more than anyone can imagine. All because you chose a boy from a small town in Alberta, far away from your home and your old world. As I have seen you grow when you went through, as I've seen the growth you went through as a woman and as a Christian, as a girlfriend and as a fiancé, I've held a privileged position in your life of seeing you grow into a wise, loving, and affectionate woman. You have great fears, but your courage and love for life have caused you to overcome them time and time again. You have become a conqueror. You can do anything that you put your mind to. It is for this reason that I say this. I promise to love you as Christ loves the church. I promise to pursue God with you, to see our lives continue to reflect the love of God to all who may know us. I promise to help fight your battles and continue to see you succeed. I promise to support you when you need help. I promise to call you when you see yourself, to call you up and when you see yourself as less. Melanie Sorensen, I promise to be there for you to laugh with you, to play with you, to dream with you, to pray with you, to suffer with you, and to succeed with you, to dance with you. You and I are one in spirit now. I am here for you. I vow to choose you every day for the rest of my life. I vow never to quit on you. I vow never to give up on you. You are completely in my life, and I am completely in yours. Melanie Sorensen, you swept me off my feet, and you continue to make my dreams come true. I love you, Melanie, and I always will.
Will you now give and receive to seal? Will you now give and receive rings to seal your vows? Will you? You have to answer yes.
Yes.
Thank you. That would help. So I'm hoping somebody has some rings. Okay, well, there we go. Oh, okay. For many generations, rings have been used as tokens of pledges made in good faith and as seals of lasting vows, honorably declared, see? Mm-hmm. In the giving and receiving of these rings, Taylor and Mel, you pledge yourselves one to the other in this marriage union. Just as the circle of the ring symbolizes a promise of never-ending love in this life, so many the indestructible nature of the precious metal out of which they were formed also symbolizes the never-ending quality of your devotion and love for each other. Melanie, Taylor, place the ring on the third finger of Melody's hand and repeat after me. I give this ring to you.
I give this ring to you.
In token and pledge.
In token and pledge.
Of our constant faith and abiding love.
Of our constant faith and abiding love.
In giving this ring, I make you to be my wife.
In giving this ring, I make you to be my wife.
Melanie.
Melanie.
Melanie. Melanie, place this ring on the third finger of Taylor's hand and repeat after me. I give this ring to you.
I give this ring to you.
In token and pledge of our constant faith.
In token and pledge of our constant faith.
And abiding love.
And abiding love.
In giving this ring.
In giving this ring.
I take you to be my husband.
I take you to be my husband.
Taylor and Melanie, having pledged your faith in your love towards one another, and having sealed your solemn vows by the giving of and the receiving of rings before these witnesses and this congregation, Pastor Bob and your grandfather declare that you are now husband and wife. It's okay. According to God's love and the province of Alberta, you may now kiss the wife. Okay, I'm out of here.
Okay. Inside, yeah.
sit at your feet, stay here a while, lost in the moment with you.
This is a foot washing ceremony.
Breathe in your fragrance and
The night in which
taste
Jesus
of
betrayed, he
your
washed his
goodness.
disciples' feet.
Know that I'll
It says he got up from the supper table, set aside a robe, and put on an apron. Then he poured water into a basin and began to wash the feet of the disciples, drying them with his towel. Taylor's words on this that I quote, "Foot washing is an expression of servant-heartedness. Would you wash your spouse's feet? To submit to them, to go low for them, to give everything for them. Foot washing is one of the highest expressions of humility in the Bible. It declares to the other person, I am servant to you. Jesus, the one we recognize seated highest in the heavens, sat at the lowest place at the table and washed all his disciples' feet. He declared to them, I am a servant to you. You too must now be a servant to the world. As Christians, we believe we are called to be servants. This begins in our home with our family, to show them we have given it all to them. This foot washing is us declaring to each other that we are servants to one another and to continue to strive to be so.
lost in the moment with you. Breathe in your fragrance and taste of your goodness, to know that I'll not be denied. How I love you, how I want you, how my soul cries for you. For all that is in me longs for your glory, and all that is in me cries. All that is in me longs for your glory, and all that is in me cries. Here I am, your beloved, who values the price of your presence. I'm lost in the beauty of being and the course of decay. Here I am, your beloved, who values the price of your presence. Lost in the beauty of being and the course of decay. I long to sit at your feet, stay here a while, lost in the moment with you. Breathe in your fragrance and taste of your goodness, to know that I'll not be denied. How I love you, how I want you, how my
You guys feel refreshed?
Sorry. Bad wife.
No. Everyone, I get the privilege this afternoon, and I'd like you to stand with me. See if we can raise the roof on the building here, and I get the privilege of introducing Grand Prairie's newest couple, Mr. and Mrs. Taylor and Melanie Sorensen. Please welcome them.
Purple, we stay out past the curfew.